Hello everybody, we are starting this video just a little differently. You're actually looking at the background display that I use for the videos. And the bottom 3+ rows are occupied by Hot Wheels car culture. And there's a reason for that, because I think Hot Wheels car culture is one of the best, if not the best, series that Hot Wheels has ever done. Such a wide variety of models, all premium, wheels, new castings. Each assortment has a different theme. Muscle cars, Japan historics, air-cooled, Euro racers, you name it. And it's only going to get better. There's so much cool stuff that's going to be coming out that we get to collect, and I think this series merits a lot of attention. But I also think that car culture doesn't happen without the 2013 line of Boulevard. And we have a particular little treat today because my friends over at Wheel Collectors have sent over for a little treat for us. We get to open some sealed Boulevard cases, including the famous L case, the N case, and the P case. And we're going to start in this video with the L case and talk a little bit about why I think Boulevard is super duper important. So let's get right to it. Okay, everybody, this is a 2013 Hot Wheels Boulevard L case. I think opening it will be really fun, even though it may not be a surprise what's in the case. Just seeing what's in the case is kind of cool. And real quickly, just a background on why I have this. Well, if you followed lamleygroup.com and the blog for a while, you know that Wheel Collectors, the Wheel Collectors store, the guys over there have been supporters of Lamley for a long time. I'm good friends with the guys over there, Matt. And they were telling me that they were planning to do a big sale this weekend on Boulevard models. And I was more than happy to get the word out. And I said, a fun way of doing it, and something that I might just enjoy doing myself, is to actually open a sealed case of Boulevard. And they said, well, if you want to open an L case, we'll send you one. We'll send you some others too, the N and the P case. I said, please do. I said, I'll do some videos. I'll show off the models. Kind of fun to kind of go back in time. And then I'm going to actually send these back to those guys. So I'm not even keeping these. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to open it. And hopefully you agree because of what's in here. All right, let's get to it. Why do I think this is significant? Well, the models in here, if you've been collecting for a while, and here I cut it open, I think the models in here kind of set off a lot of the craze that we see now, from car culture, like I said at the beginning, to the JDM craze that we've been seeing, some of the cool models, Porsche, you name it, I think kind of came from this. And wasn't always the case. In fact, Boulevard was introduced, I believe, in 2011 or 2012, and really wasn't that successful of a line. There were too many models in it. There was too much variety. The batches were too big, and these models hung on the pegs forever and ever and ever. So when 2013 rolled around and Hot Wheels decided to do it a little differently, smaller batches, more condensed, more realism as opposed to fantasy cars. At that point, when they decided, and they kind of got it right, as you'll see here, the stores were like, no, Boulevard doesn't sell, and most of the big box stores like Walmart and Target didn't want them. And so these ended up landing at other stores like Shopko and TJ Maxx, and a lot of these models didn't see the light of day. And it's really too bad, because these models are cool, and they've always been, since, because they were so hard to find, they've been so desired by collectors, especially those down here at the bottom. So let's get right to it. Let's look at these. I think, too, Hot Wheels kind of changed their direction after Boulevard, and they did, the Flying Customs and the Hot Ones, and they were more nostalgic type models with nostalgic type decos from old styles of Hot Wheels. Those did not do well. They did the cool classics, but I think in a trial and error, they realized collectors want realism. They really like Boulevard. It just came at the wrong time, and I think that's what bore car culture. Okay, I've talked too much. You've looked at these images, and here we go. I did not open this case. I did not ask Wheel Collectors to send it to me because of the 84 Pontiac Fiero, but it is in there, and it's claim to fame is that it's part of the L case. There are not only 2, but 4 in here. Now it's a nice version, the kind of with the steelies on it and the gray, that kind of flat gray with the orange two-tone. That's okay. But let's get to the fun stuff, like this. This was the second release of the Nissan Skyline HT 2000 GTX. And it was a simple version with the black hood, the bolt-ons painted matte black, and the headlights, or I'm sorry, the tail lights being painted with those real riders on it, the Watanabe types. Oh, it's fun. Now these were not hanging on the pegs very long. So 2 of those, in fact, I think they even had, 3 of the Skyline. Three of the 55 Corvette. That casting was introduced in Boulevard the year before, and this was the second color. First one was red. And this one got the lace style wheels. You can see the artwork left a little to be desired. It was kind of nice artwork, but it didn't really pop. Okay, another new casting in this. There were 2 new castings. The Renault 5 Turbo. Hot Wheels had done Renault 5, I believe, earlier, but this was a new casting. And I've always liked it. And we haven't seen it since, but we're going to see it in car culture here in a batch or 2. So it finally returns. And we're seeing a lot of those Euro-style race cars, and this one definitely merits that kind of interest. Okay, and last but not least, the granddaddy of Boulevard. And there were 3 of them in the case. And there they are, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 Wagon. Try and get that one to come down. There we go. Designed by Jun Imai, based on his actual 510 Wagon. That's why it's in that color. That's why it was a plain, olive green with rear and front and side detailing over the red rims. That is the first version of the Datsun Wagon. It's so fun to see right there. You think about this now, how quickly this would have been gobbled up off the pegs. For a while, they just sat. In fact, this was released in January, this batch. January of 2013. Hobby dealers were able to get them. Wheel collectors ordered quite a few, and that comes from this comes from that order, I believe. Then a couple of stores had them in April. And I think around April they showed up, so 4 months after they were initially released. And then they didn't last very long there. Some people did pick them up, but you could still buy them on eBay for about $2 or $3. And then they showed up a little bit later as it became more and more apparent that these were not showing up in stores. They showed up at TJ Maxx and Shopko stores and maybe some other places. And at that point, interest in them had grown. And then it's kind of a rest is history type story. So there you go. Little moment in time opening that L case. I'll go ahead and put it back because I'm sending it back to wheel collectors. We're going to open up these other ones, the P and the N case, here in the next video. So do stay tuned. You can see the models that we might see. Hope you enjoyed that. The link is down below to wheel collectors because it is important that you know that these are on sale right now. We'll talk to you later. Bye.